to you that the governor made two very important promises to the people of North Carolina. One, just before she was elected, October 23rd last year, she said this was not the right time in this economy to raise taxes. And then on March 9th, in her State of the State address, she said that no matter what else happened, that she was going to make sure that people's spending increased in the state of North Carolina. And when she signed that budget, she broke both promises. She raised taxes $1 billion, and they cut spending in education at least $250 million. And that could cost 5,000 teachers their jobs in North Carolina. And they said they cut spending to the bone, but spending, as Senator Bergen, Representative State will tell you, actually went up $500 million. Any of you in the real estate business? It's not exactly a rush to buy land right now, is it? Unless you're in the state of North Carolina, they're going to spend $84 million this year through the Wildlife Resources Commission buying land. Is that land going anywhere? I can be around next year. That's 2,000 teachers right there. And there's a whole lot of other stuff in this budget, as they will tell you, they didn't cut spending at all. They did cut spending in our #1 priority, which is public education. And in a recession where 1 out of every 9 North Carolinians is out of a job, they raise taxes $1 billion. And they raise it on the people it's going to hurt the most. So we're going to take advantage of these opportunities that they're giving us, because they're giving the people of North Carolina bad government. So, Mr. Chairman, I brought you this little placard. Everybody at the NCGOP headquarters has this on their desk. I have it on my front door. One team, one goal, victory. And I told everybody that works in our headquarters, if whatever you're doing, any given day, any given hour, doesn't directly contribute to the mission of victory on November 2nd, 2010, stop what you're doing right then. And let's make sure that what you're doing is important and critical to the mission of victory, November 2nd, 2010. That's what our focus is. I know we've got local elections coming up here for school board and for mayoral and municipal elections, and we want to win those. But this is our focus. Putting these gentlemen in the majority in the State House and State Senate in 2010, because we can't change the state unless we can govern. And the last time the Republicans controlled the Senate was 98. And I don't mean 1998. 1898. Lord Acton said power corrupts and absolute power corrupts absolutely. And that's why we have the kind of government we have in Raleigh right now, because the Democrats have been in charge of the Senate since 1898. Only 4 years during that time when we had the House. And by the way, each 4 of those years, the state of North Carolina had a budget surplus of at least $500 million. So we're going to put Republicans in the majority November 2nd, 2010. And Mr. Chairman, there's your reminder of what we're focused on. If you were to take this budget and get 50 people in a room from North Carolina, regardless of race, color, creed, sexual orientation, party affiliation, say, does this budget make sense? All 50 of them would say, no, it does not make any sense. To raise taxes when 1 out of every 9 North Carolinians is out of a job, and maybe 1 out of 7 by year end. To raise taxes when you haven't cut spending at all. And every business in North Carolina is doing just what this guy did yesterday, cutting costs 25%, 30%, 40%. Families are having to do the same thing. Why is the government doing that? Because they don't think they have to. They think they can keep forcing this stuff on us and keep getting reelected. And this group right here today in Speedy's Barbecue in Lexington, North Carolina, has to be part of 1,000 groups like this around the state who stand up and say, no, we're going to change the state. We're going to change our priorities. It is education and not other things. And we're not raising taxes anymore because they don't have to be raised. And that's the issue, is what are we going to do for the people of North Carolina? Restore good government, restore integrity, and not raise their taxes and not spend their money on things that they wouldn't spend them on if they had the choice. And that's what this is actually all about. Yes, sir.